What is up, guys? I'm Neal Jolly and welcome inside Jolly Studios, where we talk about everything cameras to sneakers. And today we're talking sneakers and a pair of sneakers that I believe every Bugs Bunny fan and every 90s kid who watched Space Jam growing up can identify with. We've got the Jordan 7 Hare 2.0s.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? I'm so glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much for watching and stopping by the channel. And so right off the top of the bat, I do want to say thank you to all of the new subscribers to this channel. If you are new here, so am I. I actually just launched this channel 3 weeks ago. And so all of your kind words, encouragement has meant so much to me. I'm so grateful for all of you that are here, that have joined the community and have been watching as I have been reviewing cameras and sneakers. I've got the box in hand, and so in today's video, we're gonna do an unboxing of these sneakers, talk about the history behind the Jordan 7 Retro Hare and this colorway particularly. Then we're also gonna do a full in-depth review of the sneaker as it pertains to its materials, give you guys an on-foot look as well, and then finally my verdict of whether you should shoot, hold, or pass on your shot at these sneakers. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. Coming in a white box with a large carrot that is symbolic for Bugs Bunny, as well as a Jumpman printed in black on the top of the box. We've also got the Air Jordan branding and a smaller Jumpman printed in black along the sides of this box. Upon lifting the lid, the impressive packaging to the sneaker box continues with this multicolor, geometrically patterned tissue paper that is stated to have drawn inspiration from West African tribal patterns. Under the first layer of the patterned tissue paper, we get another round of tissue paper in white, and then resting inside are the Jordan 7 Retro Hare 2.0s with a second set of lacing in a light pink, which is tagged in an individual Ziploc bag to the right foot of this sneaker. This sneaker is a commemorative release to the relationship between Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan, a duo that was seen doing commercials in the early 90s, as well as a movie together, notably Space Jam, the original movie in 1996. And so it's safe to say that Bugs Bunny has been a part of the Jordan brand and the Jordan family for over 20 years. And so let's get into an in-depth review of the materials on the sneaker, because man, I feel like there's a lot going on. Released on April 8th, 2020 this year, these come in a colorway described as neutral gray, summit white pink, and foam summit white. And when compared to past Jordan 7 Retro Hare sneakers, where we saw full leather upper paneling, we do have full faux fur paneling throughout this sneaker. And the faux fur is quite soft on touch, but I worry will take a lot of maintenance and upkeep. And so this is a sneaker that you have to be a little bit more careful when wearing. And when rubbing the surface against the grain of the hair, which already sounds absolutely crazy to say that I'm rubbing hair on my sneaker, I've honestly noticed that the hair actually does stand up, gets quite frizzy. And so I do worry that I might actually have to comb some of this hair down when wearing it. And I feel like I've got enough to worry about as is. And so I definitely don't want to worry about having to comb the hair on my sneaker. And so right off the bat, in looking at the sneaker, you will notice that about 70% of the sneaker is made up of that faux fur, a gray paneling. It's called neutral gray faux fur, and I've read on some websites that this is pony hair. I've read on others that it is FAUX hair, and to be honest, I have no clue. And I have to guess that on a mass-produced sneaker like this, it's maybe some hybrid of all of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that this probably is just faux fur. However, all of the neutral gray faux fur paneling is done really well, with a lot of attention to detail and overall great workmanship. And so speaking of neutral gray and moving into the lacing system, we've got these neutral gray laces that come laced on the sneakers out of box, threaded through 9 eyelets, and we've also got a set of pink laces that are provided as well. And I personally dig the neutral grays on this sneaker, but do let me know in the comment section below whether you'd rock them as neutral gray. Would you throw on the pink laces, or would you go with a new color entirely? Let me know in the comment section below. And then behind the flat neutral gray laces, you'll find the soft and nicely padded neoprene shoe tongue, which is also perforated with holes throughout the middle of the tongue. And I think it's awesome how intentionally and quite literally they made the actual shoe tongue in the color of a tongue in pink. However, However, this is different from past Retro 7 Hare releases like the one in 2015 where it had a solid color down the middle and pattern along the top of the tongue. And speaking of the top of the tongue, as we move to the top of the tongue, this is where we will find an embossed rubberized Jordan Air branding with the Jordan printed in red and the Air printed in white. And this is a deviation from the past Jordan 7 Retro Hare releases. As just mentioned, those had some pattern right along the tip of the tongue, and the Jordan Air was actually stitched into the shoe tongue and much larger. And as we continue along the midfoot of the sneaker, and specifically on the lateral side and towards the heel, we've got the original style code of the Jordan 7 Retro Hare. Another notable thing worth mentioning is throughout the midfoot of the sneaker, there are perforated holes, and so it does feel like the overall look is playing off of how a hare would normally have spotting in its fur, and so it does look like they tried to give this faux fur and the midfoot overall a really realistic look. On the ankle paneling of this sneaker is the first area that we will only find any leather that is on this sneaker, and this pink ankle paneling does feel like it's made of almost a soft nubuck leather, and it's also got some perforated holes and a Jumpman that is stitched in white. And then moving to the heel paneling of this sneaker, we've got this rubberized triangular pattern number 23, which is consistent with past Retro 7 Hare releases, except we see the colors inverted in this red, green, and purple. Then we've also got this neutral gray fabric pull tab on the back of the heel that is almost identical in color to that of the laces on this sneaker. And then moving inside the sneaker, we have some more pink tones on the neoprene sock liner and the ankle portions, featuring a Huarache style neoprene inner booty that Tinker Hatfield originally designed and took inspiration from. And then on the insole of this sneaker is where you'll find the same geometrical pattern that we did see when unboxing the sneaker on the tissue paper. And then finally, the Jumpman logo printed on the heel of the insole in white. The iconic sneaker designer Tinker Hatfield opted for no visible air unit on the heel of the sneaker, unlike past sneakers he did collaborate with Michael Jordan in designing. And in hindsight, looking back with no visible air unit on the heel of the sneaker, as well as no Nike Air branding, this does feel like Tinker was essentially making a conscious effort to separate the Air Jordan line from other Nike shoes. Moving to the outsole of this sneaker, we've got some solid rubber and some translucent rubber in Looney Tunes colors and all sorts of geometric shapes, which essentially is like the cherry on top to the overall color theme of this sneaker. The outsole is similar in terms of patterning to that of past Jordan 7 Retro Hares, with the geometric patterns which originally pay homage to West African tribal culture that Tinker was inspired by when designing the Jordan 7 sneakers. But now is my favorite part of the video, where I get to style these sneakers, finally get to throw them on feet and give you guys a closer look. Styled in an all-white look with a white Nike tee and white essential sweatpants, the sneakers are the standout with a subtle pop of pink from the neutral gray sneakers. In terms of sizing, this sneaker is advised to fit true to size, and I'd agree. I picked up a size 9.5 US, which is my standard size, and these fit comfortably on my feet. These drop with a retail price of 250 USD, and for us here in Canada, 330 Canadian. And I picked up these sneakers directly from Foot Locker Canada, and from a quick look online on Foot Locker Canada, these are still available in a variety of sizing. So if you're interested in these sneakers, I've left a direct link in the description box below for you to check these sneakers out and potentially pick up a pair for yourself. And now is the part of the video where I make my case for whether you should shoot, hold, or pass on your shot at these sneakers. With shoot being picking up these sneakers at their current retail price, hold being potentially waiting for these sneakers to go on sale or another opportunity to pick these sneakers up, and pass being that these sneakers might not be for me or for you, but for somebody else. And when it comes to the Air Jordan Retro 7 Hare 2.0s, I say you hold and maybe even pass. Let me explain. So I've actually had this sneaker sitting in studio in box for about 3 weeks. I picked it up the day it dropped on April 8th because my curiosity was piqued about this sneaker. Taking them out of box and having them in hand about 3 weeks ago, I was honestly debating whether or not I should do a sneaker review on these. I do want this channel to reflect my genuine and organic interest in a sneaker, as well as doing sneaker reviews that you guys also request and want to see. But this was a sneaker I genuinely was interested in as a Space Jam fan and as a fan of of the Looney Tunes when growing up, and so when I did get these in hand, I just didn't know how to feel. In breaking down my decision making in purchasing the sneaker, two factors I look at amongst the hierarchy of my reasoning is, am I going to get good wear out of these, and secondly, are they reasonably priced? And in answering those two questions, I've got to be honest that I probably would be really worried in getting these sneakers dirty and the overall upkeep of the sneakers with the hair shedding. And because of the quality and workmanship that probably went into this sneaker, I do understand the price point, but given the fact that then I wouldn't be getting enough use and wear out of these sneakers, given that I'd probably be very, very worried, I just can't justify the price of 330 Canadian dollars. And so for me personally, and probably for the average consumer, these sneakers are gonna have to be a pass. And that's not to say that this isn't a quality sneaker or that the quality workmanship that went into this sneaker isn't something that is of value. It's just that these sneakers are just gonna have to be a pass for me, at least for now. And why I say hold is especially for those of us that are sneaker collectors of Looney Tunes, collectors of Bugs Bunny, or of the Jordan 7 Hare sneakers in general. These are a collector item, and like I said, the workmanship that went into the sneaker is really, really nice. And so while these sneakers are currently sitting on shelves on stores like Foot Locker, when these do go on sale, which I believe they will, I'd say when these do finally go on sale, if you are a collector, that is when you should strike. I do, however, want to give props to the Jordan brand for thinking outside of the box on this sneaker. In a sneaker world full of collabs today where it seems like artists and brands, high fashion and low fashion, partnering and creating new renditions of older sneakers or new silhouettes entirely, these are a pair that the Jordan brand in-house tried to think outside of the box, and I give them full props for that. And to be honest, this is not a pair I saw coming. I've never imagined a Jordan 7 or any Jordans having any faux fur on them, and so this came and definitely surprised me, and like I said, piqued my interest, and that's why I did pick these sneakers up. And they did this all while deviating from the original African tribal inspiration that was featured on the original Hares, while still paying homage in ways like the outsole of this sneaker. So overall, it's a really interesting and out-of-the-box take. But now I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you or will you be picking up the Jordan 7 Retro Hare 2.0s? Why or why not? Are you a fan of faux fur on this sneaker or sneakers in general? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'd love to connect with you guys there. Give this video a like if you enjoyed the review, and if you really liked it, I hope that you will subscribe and join the community on this channel, because we've got a lot more sneaker reviews that are on the way. But that's all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for your time and support of this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.